And hello and welcome to Oz by Drone Take 2. This is Greg and...
I'm just kidding with you, man. Come on, you know I like to mess with you, buddy.
You missed some really good comedy. The first time when your face froze, I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if, you know, like you try and put the finger in someone's ear. Well, here's the thing. If you get far enough over there, because I'm in front of your TV, I can almost do that. Anyway.
Anyway, so it turns out it was my fault after all.
Yeah, it's no one's fault. It's technology's fault. Okay, it's all good.
All right, good.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to tap dance for a little while. Is that all right? Can you tap dance?
Yeah. Heck, can I tap dance?
Yeah.
If only there was a camera on my feet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the other half of the tech running, the chat thing, because we reconnected and all of that kind of stuff. That caused me some pain as well. I have no idea. I'll try and sort that out in a little while. In the meantime, let's try this again. So we've got a video that I wanted to start off with our news segment, and I can even maybe even press the news segment button over here. Let's try it one more time. Will this tech work? Woohoo!
What's happening?
Nothing else is going to happen. It's going to work perfectly for the rest of the day. And just a reminder that the news is available at this website link. It's compiled by Jeff Sills, used on Ken's show, as well as mine. It's got some really good articles in there, some of which don't go to my show or Ken's. Also, thanks to Greg. What was his surname? Greg Hilton. He's also sent in some news articles that are part of today as well. So thanks very much to both of you.
Very good, yes.
Oh, thank you for that. So starting again, we're going to have a look at this video that I tried to play before, but we had some challenges. So the Kuhnert, let's have a look at that. And this is something produced by NASA. They've got a remote drone type device that they're able to now fly without a chase plane in public airspace. Let's have a look.
Hmm. Wow. That's nifty.
So the important thing in here is that NASA's doing a lot of research into low altitude aircraft management systems. And, you know, this is important to the industry. It's important to hobbyists, the whole lot, because we're going to be able to eventually fly in a lot more airspace, a lot safer as well. We're going to be able to make sure that if there's another drone around, we'll see that on our device as well.
Yeah, you know the movies that you see that have all the little drones flying around all over the place, the little, all these little things you see in movies that are supposed to be futuristic.
Yeah,
this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of it. It's going to be camera drones, delivery drones. It's going to be police drones. Police
there will be.
The other drones.
There will be. Have you got that sound effect? The jets and.
Of course I do, Greg.
Come on, you know you want it. There we go.
I think there's somebody at the door.
So here's something that I want to share with you, and this is one of my frustrations about this part of the industry, is that people are afraid of drone registration.
Why?
Everyone says they don't want their privacy to be impinged and what have you and all of these kind of things, but you need something so that you can actually have the drones broadcasting some reliable information about who it is and what it is and where it is. And if you don't have a secure way of registering a drone, I could pretend to be Ken Heron flying out on top of the Opera House. I can be anyone I want to be. So we need a way to fix that kind of stuff.
Yeah, people, don't worry about. I mean, if you don't already think the government already has your information, they're not going to get anything new from your drone, really.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's an interesting story. But now I've got something just for you, Ken. In fact, I've got a lot of I've got a lot of news articles just for you. It wasn't planned that way.
Just for me?
Just for you.
Okay.
So you talk about your knobs on your controller. Your Here we go. And what is it you always say when you're talking about them?
Check out my knobs, ladies.
Well, just for the ladies, we've got something for the ladies today. It's catwalk time. Let's just put that video up for me.
Okay.
So,
you haven't seen this, but I have some music for you for this. There you go. There you go. Isn't that the kind of music they play at these things?
This is possibly the world's creepiest fashion show.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, have you seen that before?
I have. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that.
Look, I just thought I'd share it because it was something interesting that I hadn't seen before, came across this week. But it was interesting that they've taken the whole thing about models being coat hangers, and they've now gone and got flying coat hangers.
No, how thin can you get? You can't get thinner than just thin air.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That was cool. Next one is not a Ken one, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. So going from ladies into pollination. So drone owners truly definitely love their drones. We know that. We love our drone. Yes. But so do plants. Plants love them as well because drones are now able to help the bees in our world. So just imagine your drone going and pollinating crops. So this is something that's actually happening today.
Oh, very cool.
Let's have a look. Now, while that's playing, I'm going to try and get the chat working. So talk amongst yourself, Ken.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you the play-by-play here. Here's a drone over a field. And I'm guessing that any second now, this drone's going to fertilize, ladies, the plants.
Yeah, something like that. You know, I'm going to pause just so that I can get the chat working because it's annoying me a little bit. I just don't know. Here we go. Click that button.
You need me to kill some more time?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll go into a little bit more of the pollination.
Have you got, well.
Ladies, sometimes your plant needs to be pollinated. It's just nature. I'm your guy.
Ah, there we go.
Okay.
I've got chat. Oh, it's there. No, it's not on the screen. There we go. It's almost there. Oh, hey, thank
Chris.
you.
Hey, I want to thank Chris. Chris is every night before the show, before I do my show, Thursday Night Live, he will send me a nice email saying have a good show, and I appreciate that. That's real nice of Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
A little golf clap for you there. There you go. A little bit more. All right.
Yeah, something like that. By the way, here's a ask out to the community for a help, an assistant to do something. The software that I use that does the chat thing, I would really, really love it if anyone wants to volunteer to pick which things come up on the screen during the show. So Ken's got something where they all scroll by, which works. I had trouble with it. It didn't work so well on the Mac. Instead, I've got this other software, and from your web browser, you'd be able to watch what's happening in the chat window and say, hey, I like that one over there. And we could say Chris Hope, who says, I'm lost, and they could put that one up there, and the grumpy vlogger. So if anyone wants to volunteer for that, that'd be really cool. And you could control it from your place, and, you know, we'd test it out one day before the next show. That'd be cool.
What is the name of that software that you're using for the chat?
I'm using Titler Live, but you would just be using a web browser, so you don't need to install anything. It's good software. It's had some challenges as well. Wirecast and Titler have both had their challenges. I've worked out most of the challenges with Titler. I'm doing some testing for Wirecast, but let's not talk about software. Let's see if we can talk about drones.
Yeah.
So the next one, from drone pollination to, and I'm not going to even say what it is. Let's just watch the video.
All right. Whoa. What is happening?
This is snot sampling.
What is it?
Snot sampling.
For the whales. It grabs the whale snot.
Yeah.
Now, don't certain countries use whale snot and sell it as an aphrodisiac or something? And
I don't know about that, but I do know that there's been research done, and they used to literally go harpoon and lance these whales, which is obviously not a pleasant experience for them.
Right.
But this is some technology. It looks like it's an Inspire.
3 o'clock.
I got
Yeah, it does.
108 feet.
The Snot Gatherer 2000. That's
whales
great.
for 30 years.
Yeah.
There's so many
Recently, he's been
applications
working
for
with a
drones.
small crew of
So, and he's
researchers
using
to
a
get
crystal
closer to
sky
whales than
there,
ever
obviously.
before
Yeah.
by using a drone.
By
So the
way,
audio for this video is going to air. Unfortunately, Ken doesn't hear it, but trust me, it is there, Ken.
Oh, there's audio with it? Okay.
He
Yeah.
flies clouds of whale snot.
It's a future feature of Wirecast. Another story for another day.
Okay.
He calls it the
But
snot
can I, a quick sideline?
Yeah, sure.
I will be giving away on my channel a crystal sky display.
I can't hear you, so let's just stop the video.
Oh,
Yeah, see, I get to hear the audio. And even if I turn it down for what's going to air, I still get to hear the audio, and I couldn't hear what you were saying. I know you
that's
said
okay.
something.
We're working the bugs out. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I was just gonna say, maybe in a month I'll be giving away on my channel a crystal sky monitor. Did you hear that?
We heard that. We heard that. Look, I've got a giveaway for the first time. I'll interrupt the news to share. Right. So I was at Westfield. I was at Westfield Miranda, which is a local shopping centre for me, the other day, and I was picking up things to do with my daughter's birthday. Sorry to mention it again, baby. Anyway, and I came across this store. Let me see.
What is your daughter's name?
My daughter's name. She is holding up a fist now, and if I say her name on air, then I'll be in big trouble. So I won't say on air that her name is Sophia.
Oh my God! No! You're in trouble, Dad.
I'm in trouble. I won't say it. Anyway,
Yes.
this is what I found. It's a D1 store. I'd never heard of it before, but d1store.com.au for those of you in Australia. And all of a sudden, with that holding up that colour, it made some chroma key things do awful things. Anyway, d1store.com.au. It's in Westfield Miranda. It's the only one in New South Wales. There's probably stores in other parts of the country as well. And apparently it's been there since March. It's a full DJI store, got all of their inventory, all of their products, and I didn't even know it was in there. So I was shopping and my wife called me and told me, come up and see this. And I was having a coffee and I came up and saw it and it was good. And I said, look, I'm going to have to support this store. And I went and bought some bits. So, oh, there we go. Still got the plastic on it. Dana, I've done it live. Have you got the music? I took off the plastic by accident. There you go.
Oh.
Anyway,
that
something that connects to your normal Phantom battery and can connect to your controller. So recharge your controller on the go kind of thing. But the other bit that's really cool is this bit that has two USB sockets that connects to that. So you put the two together and you've got USB on the go battery charging. So,
Well, that's super handy. How much was that item?
it was about 35 bucks Australian. But that's not what I was wanting to tell you about. What I did want to share,
Yeah.
they've given me some swag. So they've given me some backpacks and some hats. So I'm going to have my first giveaway today. So
Okay.
The best, look, I'm totally running out of order, but that happens when you've got Ken on the channel. He kind of throws you for six.
Are we gonna give away stuff now? Because you can't just cop on here and show the stuff and then not give it away. And
I'll tell you what we're doing. I'll tell you what. Giveaway number one comes from. Okay. I heard music. Where's the music? Come on.
I had giveaway music. All right. Right now on Greg's channel, we got a giveaway.
Okay. And it's a really easy one. And I had planned this so well. The best chat question of the show today.
Okay.
Wins. Which one did I say? I've got to read my own notes. The best live chat question wins a hat, except for the fact that the chat's not coming up on my screen again.
Oh, man. That's okay. It's just live stuff, man. It's cool.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll just go over here and click that button and then click that button. We got 17 people watching now.
You remember in the early days of my stream how frustrated I was, and you've helped me quite a bit, Greg, with everything. I've very often forgotten what time it was because you're like in the next day, and so like at 7 at night, it's really wee hours in the early morning for you, and I'm calling Greg on Skype freaking out like there's 5 minutes to go and it's all falling apart. And Greg very nicely helps me put it together. So
yeah,
I wish there was some way of me to quid pro quo, but you know more than I do about it.
Yeah. I'm also noticing that your audio, even though it's okay over here, the audio over there is pretty low for Ken. For those who are watching in the channel, please tell me if Ken's audio is loud enough, and if it's not, we'll see what we can do. So anyway, chat questions. So if you put in hashtag question and then something else in the chat today and ask a question at the end of the show, we're going to pick which was the best question, and we're going to go and give away a hat. I'll send it to you wherever that may be, in Australia or in the US, wherever it happens to be. I'm also going to give away the backpack a little bit later, and next week I'm going to give away a hat and a backpack. Woohoo! And hopefully then maybe I'll get some more swag at some point, but we'll sort that out. Okay. Dave Oliver is asking, Ken, when are you coming to Australia?
I need to get my passport, and I need to do it soon. I'll probably head out and try to get that this week. I'll get the passport, and then of course at some point I'll have to make plans and set aside however much money it costs. I haven't even looked into how much a plane ticket is.
Yeah, I've got the questions coming back on my screen, and I've got that one from Dave up there. So that's the first question, the first entry.
But I'll be saving some money on hotel stay because I'm staying at Chez Greg. Is that right?
Chateau Greg, yeah. See, what people don't know, this is not actually this fancy studio that you see in front of us. It's actually a office with a green thing behind and a fold-out couch sofa bed. So Ken, when he comes to Australia, he's had an offer to come and sleep in the Osby drone sofa bed to my left.
Whoa,
anyway.
Whoa. Hold on a second. You mean you didn't have IKEA come over and construct this fantastic studio? It looks so real.
I know. Doesn't it look good? But I'm actually having renovations. Wait till you see what happens next week. This studio, I'm going to tear it down.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be pretty pricey.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. But to answer 400 AGL's question, what's the best way to set up a green screen to show videos in the background? If I was going to do this again, and I probably will do this one day, instead of fabric behind me, I'm going to replace that with video paint on the wall. But that's another story. Dave Oliver, cool, just up the road. I got to ask you, my friend, whereabouts are you up the road? It'd be interesting for us to go fly one day, but we'll sort that out. Mars question, can you put up my video of me shopping at D1? I don't have your video here, and if you send it to me for next week, maybe I can. Speaking of which, I'm going to go and do a video at Westfield, and I'm going to go to the D1 store, and I'm going to go and fly some drones in their cage and crash it. No, I'm not going to crash them. I won't do that to them. But I'll share that when I come back. from there. And, you know, that can be something for next week. So let's try and get back on track a little bit. This has been a little bit Fig Tree. Dave Oliver. I know Fig Tree very well. I went to Wollongong University. Anyway, so whale snot sampling only in Australia. So this was some Australian biologists, and it's interesting. Australian virologists also from Macquarie University in Sydney, having a look at that and using that for some of their research. And there's a big research paper on that. But speaking of only in Australia, drone vision from the Northern Territory. Let's have a look at that one. This is just for you, Ken.
Okay. Neato. Where is this?
So this is a bunch of crocodiles sunbaking.
Well,
so
you know, they have to regulate their body temperature somehow.
Yeah, this is in the Northern Territory. We've got 50 crocodiles soaking up some rays in the water there. Video's gone viral. Reptiles have been seen at Alligator Head on the Daly River.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to crash your drone at this point, would you go out and recover it?
Not me. Would it still be there by the time you got there?
That's right. Yeah, the alligators, their crocs are very curious. They would probably eat it.
Yeah. I'm going to try and turn my audio down just because I think I'm looking at the screen and seeing your audio much lower than mine. So I want people to have a little bit of balance. Hopefully that'll help out a bit. Anyway, so that's interesting.
How many of them are there? There's hundreds of them.
50. Over 50.
It just keeps going. That's amazing.
Yeah. You got to love Australian wildlife. And Ken, you did ask about some of this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs and critters and stuff that can, if not kill me, at least maim me permanently. And as I understand it, right now is your winter, right?
It is winter, yeah.
And so the lowest temperature it ever gets in Australia? In Fahrenheit, please.
In ancient prehistoric medieval measurements. So I mean, we stay in unless you're in snow country, which going up a mountain or whatever, we stay above freezing, and it might be a few degrees above freezing over here at its coldest in winter. You might get down to about 3, 4, 5, 6.
I know 0 degrees is Celsius is freezing. Yeah.
So I can't speak in medieval measurements. But question: does Vegemite help improve your drone flying? Absolutely, it does, and I'm sending some to Ken. Yeah, you'll be back.
I don't want any Vegemite.
Look, I'll send it anyway because it'd be simply just funny to watch you trying to open it and eat it. But yeah. So just a couple of things. Does Vegemite help improve your drone flying?
I wanted to ask another question, Australian. So do you guys say when you're driving distances, do you say kilometers or miles?
Kilometers.
You do? Okay.
We don't use medieval terms.
Okay, so in the UK, people say miles.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't use medieval terms.
Okay, so all right. So in the UK, they say, do they use Celsius or Fahrenheit?
They use Celsius.
Okay, so
they're confused.
Yeah, Celsius and miles in the UK, but Celsius and kilometers in Australia, which makes more sense if you're going to go metric. I don't. Why do they use miles in the UK? I never
because
that.
It was too hard for them to change it, I think.
That's a dig. That's a dig, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I say,
Speaking of,
are you having a go? Are you taking this?
Speaking of taking the piss, I've got one for you, Ken. I'll share with you as soon as I get rid of that. Here's an Aussie term.
Yeah. I love this. I love this game. Hold on, I have music for this. Hold on. I
Sale of the
got
Century music?
No, I got Australian music. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, what do you got there?
Ken?
Ankle biter.
What?
Oh, I know this.
Yeah.
An ankle biter is a child.
You very well done. Okay.
All right.
But
You got another
specifically
one?
a small child.
A small child. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
you got another one? All right. Amber fluid?
See, this, Ken, you realize, Ken, these questions will be asked at the border as you come into the country.
I know, and if I get them wrong, I won't be able to come in. I'll have to turn around.
This is
Amber
most
fluid.
important. This is most important.
Amber fluid is gasoline.
Eh.
Oh no!
It's beer.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay. I'll save a couple of those for later. And
Do one more. Do one more. Do one more.
one more. I don't have a long list. I only put this in at the last minute. Okay, one more.
Play this all day. Banana bender.
There's so many lines there.
No, say banana. I know. I'd love to hear you go banana. Say
Banana
it.
bender.
No, you didn't say it.
Yeah.
A banana bender is a monkey.
A
Yes?
person from Queensland.
Oh, so I win.
Yeah, same.
It's a dig at Queensland. Okay, I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
Actually, I've only got one more. I'll quickly throw it at you,
Okay,
just
let's
so
do
we
it.
can.
Yeah. Blow in the bag. Blow in the bag. Okay. That sounds like something that I will need to do on the 15-hour plane ride to Australia because I'll be so sick. I'll have to blow in the air of sickness bag.
After you get off the plane, maybe if you're driving, because you'll get breathalyzed and breath tested.
Oh, okay. So blow in the bag is a breathalyzer.
Yeah,
You want to see something hilarious?
sure.
What? Okay, stand by. Hold on. Hold on. Stand by. Where is that thing? No, I moved it. Oh no, I didn't. No, I did. I have a breathalyzer.
Okay.
And you want to ask me why I have a breathalyzer?
Ken, why do you have a breathalyzer?
Hey, thanks for asking. It's a funny story. I did a morning show years ago in Huntsville, Alabama, and one of our interns, well, he liked to drink a lot, and very much like those automobiles that won't start unless you breathe in there and you're clear. We wouldn't turn on the microphone until he blew in our breathalyzer and he was clear.
Nice one. Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
What's
dead
a
now.
dummy? Someone has asked the question.
What's a dummy?
Yeah.
Me?
Obviously, because you don't know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
And the answer coming up on the screen now.
Oh, a pacifier.
Yeah, we call them a dummy.
Oh. Okay.
And there's an Australian slang term to spit the dummy. As you know, we call it, you have a dummy spit when you have a tantrum.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, did you suck your thumb when you were a kid?
Not that I recall.
I didn't either, but my sister did for way too long, like into her teens.
Yeah. So let's going from dummies. Let's go from that to our next.
You know what, Greg? I've noticed. Greg, it's something you have to know about Greg. Greg's so organized. He's got his list of things he's going to talk about. It's very hard for him to deviate from.
I'm trying to segue. I just don't have your.
I know. Your segues are like, moving on. It's very matter of fact, but I think it's funny just knowing you. You've got this list of stuff you want to talk about, and then here's Ken talking about babies and pacifiers. And
It's
sucking your thumb.
okay. I don't mind the baby. I don't mind the pacifier. I'm not spitting the dummy. All right.
I love trying to derail you. Love it.
Okay.
What's
so
next,
let's.
Greg?
Next is
Shark. Okay.
we've had the crocodile, so let's have a look at the shark.
All right.
And
That was shark music.
yeah, and it didn't come
A
up.
drone has captured video of
Oh.
a great white
Is she a shark?
just off a popular
there
beach
she
in
is.
Western Australia. The 4-metre
boy.
shark was spotted swimming in crystal clear waters near Esperance in the state's
Am I
south.
talking over talking?
The video was filmed by
It's okay.
a documentary maker who's investigating whether the sounds of killer whales could deter sharks from our beaches.
So the story is they're investigating if the sounds of killer whales can deter sharks. So that was the connection to the previous story, but you injected something in the middle, and that's why it got all. Anyway.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah. Well, hey, by the way, in that video, I did see something. I have to take note of it. In the kindest way, I've got to just say, and maybe you feel the same way, that prop guards, when you're flying outside in wide open space, they're just pointless. They just add weight.
Agreed, 100%.
Okay. Good.
The only drone I have with prop guards is my little Tello. I like my little Tello. I
Yeah.
haven't flown with it much yet, but I will be.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of prop guards. And if you need them, by all means, use them. If you're new and you're bumping into stuff, you're breaking propellers, by all means. But I think they slow you down, actually. They add weight.
Yeah.
And they just look dumb, I think. They look like you don't know what you're doing, to me.
So speaking of people who don't know what they're doing when they're flying racing drones, was that a good segue?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, that's very good. I was going to say, but just to wrap that up, I think prop guards are the drone equivalent of training wheels.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
So speaking of training wheels,
Yes. Beautiful segue.
racing drones. So Ken, I understand that someone has laid down a challenge to you.
Yeah, that's Dan.
Yeah, I was watching his channel, his live stream the other day where he was bollocking you. Oh, there's another Australian word. Let's not go there.
I know what that is.
So he's laid out a challenge, and you did these 1 or 2 videos where you were flying some racing drones and hadn't really done much more with it, and
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, this is the only one I have. It's the Copus one. I had a few more, but I gave them away.
Yeah. So
really
are you going to take up the challenge and do some racing?
I do. I want to, but I honestly, hold on. Look at this. Here's the controller for it. Look at all the dang buttons on it. I don't know what does what.
They're just
know how to
trim
do
buttons.
this.
It's the same. It's just trim.
Well, look. There's like 20 million buttons, and I don't know how to get it to. I don't know. I need someone to show me like one time how to do it, and then I'll get it.
Okay, so to the channel Drone Worship, you've heard it from Ken. He needs someone to come and babysit him one time, just one time, and then after that he'll spit the dummy.
That's it. Yeah, I do. I need assistance on that.
Yeah. So let's have a look at that. We've got some racing video. I just thought we'd share. This is something that's a new video in the last week that I found. Let's have a look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is Australian drone racing going underground because people have been, annoyed with drone regulations and finding somewhere to fly. And this is Australia's answer to that.
That's very clever. Now, here's the question: do the people who are parking in there know that this is going on?
I would assume that they're using it in times when the parking garage is closed, and I didn't see any cars in there. But yeah, look, that was an interesting story.
Yeah, though, that's very clever. That's very and it's well lit. And I guess, would that be considered, even though there's no sidewalls, would that be considered indoors, a parking garage?
Absolutely. If there is a roof above it, then you have no problems with CASA, your local regulator.
You know, that's fine. And here's a question for you, Greg. Yeah, you're big into the DJI hacking. You know a lot about the app. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Recently, I flew my drone on the airport, on the grounds of the Birmingham International Airport. Normally, the app would be geofenced and wouldn't even let you take off, but it let me take off because I was indoors at a museum. One, how does it know that I'm indoors? And two, how does it know that I'm indoors?
It's a good question. It doesn't have anything related to indoors checking, to my knowledge, other than if it doesn't have GPS lock.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, but...
You had GPS lock?
I did very briefly.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have let me take off.
If you had GPS lock, but did you take off during GPS lock or after or before? And does it do it from the controller or from the iPhone connected? I can't remember the answer to that one. I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah. And when I was in the hospital, there was a helipad on the hospital, and they let me fly inside the hospital, and I was able to take off there too. I'm glad.
Let's not talk about hospital helipads, because I've got one locally in my area that says it's still a hospital helipad according to the Can I Fly Here app made by CASA.
Yeah.
But that helipad was turned into a car park, a multi-story car park 10 years ago. My sister is one of the head nurses in the hospital, and she knows about it, and there's no one there who can tell CASA that there is no airport here anymore. There's no helipad, and CASA won't remove it from the database or Air Services until someone says, we know there's nothing here, and we are a airport person, right?
Yeah.
There's no staff there who can say that. So chicken and egg.
That's a very valid problem. I've had people email me talking about these small regional airports near their house, and they're not able to fly in their own yard, but the airport closed years ago or something, and it's just still on the map as an active airport. So it's a problem for people.
It is. Just a quick little sideline. There's been a couple of people commenting. So Daryl has asked Ken to check out the Juz70 YouTube channel. So there's a quick one to Ken. We've had a couple of people talking about hashtag question. I'm going to come back to those a little bit later, and we're going to find the best question for the day. What else have we got here? And just a reminder, if anyone does want to volunteer to kind of control the chat thing on this show in future, drop me a line. And in fact, I'll put the email address to reach us on the screen, even though this
Greg?
is, yeah.
Greg, I want to do a little experiment, if you don't mind. I want to derail your show again. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, thanks, man. You're a pal. Okay. So I just noticed.
Where was that mute button, Sophia? Sorry.
There's 21 people watching right now. Okay.
Yeah.
You only have 3 thumbs up. If in the next, by the time I count to 20, if we can get over 10 thumbs up, then I will give away a Heron aerial photography hat. Ready? 1.
Oh, look at that.
2.
Yeah, but there's
3.
lag. We're coming from Australia. It'll take longer.
4, 5, 6. Thumbs up, people. 7, 8, 9, 10.
What's there now?
12 and
I
20.
can't see.
Nobody did. Son of a gun. Let me go get the hat. Nobody did. There is a lot of lag. There is.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's doing it. It did it. It did it. It did it. People are doing it. They care, Greg. That's awesome. Yay. Oh, 12. All right. Great. I'll go get the hat. Stand by. Thanks, everybody.
And speaking of which, right, so just to share with people, the giveaway of the hat and the backpack is going to happen for people sharing the Facebook post. So I do a Facebook post about the stream each week. This week was totally confused, but I'll have to create a new post about next week. Okay, right. So you're going to give it away. And who are we going to give it to?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Oh, you're making me work hard. Let me come back to that. We're going to give away a hat, but I don't know how or when, but we're going to have our last news article just out of interest. Okay. I'm going back to my list, Ken, because I want to finish the news. The last one. The last one, Guatemala volcano damage. So this is some footage that was on the 6th of June, shot on Tuesday, flown out of El Rodeo in a lifeless part of Guatemala. Just an interesting piece of drone footage. Let's have a look. And this time there is no audio with it, so we can talk over the top of it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So a lot of houses and trees covered with a thick coat of grey soot as rescue workers were seen on site. There's a death toll of at least 70, which I'm sure will climb.
That's so awful.
Yeah. Look, the really, really great thing here is the use of drone technology, both to help in finding out where people can be rescued in this situation. It's an awesome use of the technology, and I just wanted to share that story with people.
Yes, if there's an infrared camera on that thing, you can spot the people even if they're under a little bit of mud.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. We've finished news, so let's have a quick pause. And Ken, can you have some giveaway music stuff?
Sure. Let's see. We'll do that, and then okay. Here you go. All right, it's time to give away. What are we giving away? The hat.
We'll do the D1 hat first from our local Australian store.
All right. And how are we going to give it away?
So the best question so far in the chat now. Let's have a look. I'm scrolling back as we speak. I think the best question of the day so far, how bad is the drone law in Australia? It's bad, but it's okay. It's better than a lot of other places. Any other questions coming in? Question, read above. Mars posted some cool vid last night. Rise, Tello flying my mate's BMX shop. Looking for question. Mick Malloy, where is my question? I'm scrolling. Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can your daughter step in front of the camera and wave to everybody? She's so shy, right? Is she shy?
Let's just say she's got a royal answer for that.
Oh, dear.
We are not amused.
Oh, sorry. Well, happy birthday anyway.
Happy birthday yesterday, 16th. Mars saying, can you put up my video of me shopping at D1? I'm going to go back, and I think it's already scrolled out of my list, but who asked the question is, when is Ken coming to Australia? That is the winning question.
All right, fantastic. Congratulations. Or congratulations.
Congratulations. I was going to say, when you came onto the show today, I already had it planned, but then we had tech stuff happening, and I was going to say Kenichiwa.
That's a good one. Yeah. Kenichiwa. There's so many.
There's so many of them. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different now. That's the first giveaway, and the second giveaway of the Ken hat is yet to come.
All right.
But let's actually do the same kind of thing, the best question out of what we're about to look at. So Aerodynamics 101. I did plan to have John pre-record some stuff, and in fact we recorded it this morning. And just like when we tried to do this stream the first time, the audio for John wasn't working, but I didn't realize it until after the session.
Oh no.
Yeah. So instead of showing that, we've still got some other video footage. The first piece, if you want to chuck that up for me. So this is actually some footage created by NASA showing the different aerodynamic properties of what's happening around a drone. The red and the blue being high and low pressure, and the other spirally things being the vortices coming off that and moving around and doing all sorts of fancy stuff. And my intent was to have that video up and talk about it and so on, and just start with the aerodynamics of flight. And
away we go.
I was waiting for my daughter to press the button again. It's all good. So John was talking about that, and we focused on one aspect of aerodynamics, which is something that I think is important to drone flyers. Ground effect. You've heard of ground effect before, Ken?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they use it all the time in racing, in auto racing.
Okay,
that's how cars are able to suck themselves onto the ground on a racetrack.
So what's the ground effect in terms of drones is a little bit interesting. If we play the next video, so this is a demo of that.
All right.
And
yep. You got the old pushback.
So this guy has set up his drone with the remote at a constant, throttle setting. Push it down to the ground, it'll come back up. And this is not using any GPS or other technology.
And he's being real brave with his finger, by the way, when he's pushing on the top.
Yeah. So the real practical thing that people need to understand when you're trying to land your drone and it's getting close to the ground, you've got a cushion of air underneath that. So you definitely need to give it some throttle down more than what you do when you're normally descending elsewhere. That was just our Aerodynamics 101 for today. Woohoo!
Right, and I would add that if you have a drone like that, not a Phantom, because there's really not a lot of room for your finger in the middle of those 4 spinning blades, but if you have a drone like that, you can give it a little pushing to get it past the cushion. You need to have some more pushing for the cushion, more pushing for the cushion, pushing.
Have you got a wah, 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 wah sound effect or a tumbleweed sound effect? Well, there's no sound of tumbleweeds. Crickets, that's the one. Yeah.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
What do polar bears eat at a barbecue?
What?
Iceburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the question of who's going to win the Ken hat. Now, the first question is, let's put that on the screen from Mars. And the answer is no. She's 16 years old. Of course she doesn't.
What?
Has Sophia got a hangover?
Oh my goodness.
Of course not. Of course not.
Oh wow.
We've got this one over here. How bad is drone law in Australia? I'm getting some echo back of myself in my headphones. I don't know if that came from...
Echo?
Echo? You pressed the echo button. That's your fault. Echo? How bad is drone law in Australia from David? I saw that one before, I think. Any more questions? Let me go back to the full chat and turn off the hashtag question filter, because if you don't use hashtag question, I won't see it when I'm looking through it. Have you seen wing in ground effect aircraft? So, not knowing exactly what you're saying, but there is ground effect in aircraft as well. So anytime you've got that high and low pressure and you've got the ground near it, you will have an effect there, definitely on those things as well.
In fixed wing aircraft, there's the air is rushing over and under the wing, and there's a lot of movement, and if the ground is in the way, that's going to restrict that movement.
Any more questions? These jokes are contagious. That was from that joke that you had before. Could you Chang chroma key? I don't know what you mean by that, Zeb Meat. Happy Sweet 16, Sophia. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Sophia. What's the best way to set up a green screen? I think we're going to give that one to that question. Hang on, what's this one? When is John and Dana... Oh, it scrolled off my screen. Getting together since away. I don't know what that's about.
People are typing too fast. When John and Dana getting together since away? Oh yeah, I see. That does not make sense.
Who is John?
I don't know.
Let's give this away.
No, he's they're talking about my partner and your co-host and your co-host.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be good. A co-host central.
Yeah, we'll just let the co-host take over.
Okay. I've picked the winning question, 400 AGL. What's the best way to set up a green screen? It's something unusual and different and something that I'm obviously using here. So congratulations, Mel. Woohoo!
Hey. Yay, Mel. Hey, and do you have an answer for him?
Paint it, and make sure you've got even lighting behind it, and you need some lighting in front for yourself as well. And something that this room is not big enough to do, but I need to have lighting from the sides for myself rather than in front to stop reflection on my big chrome dome over there at the top there.
Yes, but and I would add to that green screen is the slang term for chroma key.
Yeah,
and you can chroma key any color.
You can.
My green screen has a blue screen on the back, and feature films use blue a lot because I think they can tool that better in their editing for some reason. A lot of local television stations will use green, and once in a while you will see the weather girl who accidentally wears some green and she becomes
she disappears. Yeah, I know, it's funny. I like that.
But anyway, as far as software goes, most does for streaming, Wirecast has it built in. I know that After Effects and Premiere Pro will have chroma key stuff built in. It's very easy to use.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Does OBS have green screen capability?
I believe it does, yeah. I believe it does. That makes two hats for me. Ken is sending me one and now another one via Mr. Oz. Did you already send Ken a hat? Mel.
Who did I send? Mel? Oh, yeah. No, that's too many. He only has one head, so one hat. Let's pick another winner.
Mel, I'll let you pick someone to send it to. I'll let you pick someone. Good. Okay, let's move on. We've got one or two quick little things to look at. So first one is an Oz video. If I go and press that one and then go over here and doink. I got too many windows. I've got to get better at this. Last week I was pretty good, but not so good today. There we go. And it's
Fun Park.
Taking a long time for some reason to disappear. So the Fun Park. This is a video that I found, again, looking for Australian video content, something unusual. So let's have a look at that.
Whoa.
So this is in Western Australia in a place called Mandurah. It was the Mandurah Miniature Tourist Park. They've got a miniature maze around there close to that area as well, I believe. But certainly this looked interesting. Yeah, it's graffiti.
So it's abandoned and people are messing it up?
It's abandoned and people are messing it up. And it was for sale 12 months ago.
I'm not really grasping the scale. How tall is the castle?
Well, if you see the trees behind it there, so
Right.
it's miniature. You're not going to get inside.
Well, I mean, what is it? 10 feet high? Maybe.
Having not been there, I couldn't comment, but I'd say
Oh, that's nice.
15,
Nice
15, 20 meters.
Wow. What are kids thinking with their? Why would they mess things up like that up?
Yeah, it's a
What's
shame.
going on with people? Come on. Come on. And that was a whole thing? That was a whole...
There was
Didn't it take a
that,
lot of
and
work?
there were other parts of this amusement. It was very popular years ago, apparently, but it decreased in popularity and closed down, which is a shame.
Oh, that's just a shame, man. That's...
But thanks to Andrew Bates, it was a very nice video that he put together. He's got a small YouTube channel. I'll update the description after this and put links to that and some of the other videos that we've shown today.
It's really interesting. Oh, look at this. It really, you just can't tell the scale. The only thing that gives me an idea of scale is the actual size of the spray paint, unfortunately.
Yeah. But also you see the trees in the background. Sorry, the cars in the background as well. So you see the highway behind it at a few points.
Oh, okay. So the camera right now is, I see. Okay, I get it. So you can go inside, but
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from that. We got one more thing today, and then we'll do our final wrap up and chat and Q&A. So I've got
you mean
one
the
more.
show's almost over?
Yeah, I know. Actually, I got two. I made a mistake. I've got two. I've got one. You're going to love this one, Ken. You are going to absolutely love this. And there we go. Let's have a quick peek at that. This is the one that we got to change the size of. I'm just giving some hint to my video producer because it was, I realized there was a problem with it before.
Here we go. He's sitting on
She's
the
pressing the
equipment. On the equipment. All right, let's
I can't tell what's happening.
So this is a can you write it kind of thing. If you were doing your show, you would do a can you write it.
Morris, how are you feeling? Good.
Yeah, my resolution is too low to see it.
All right.
Yeah, it's
ready.
coming. It's coming. I'll just put it up in that size.
whatever
There
works
we go.
for you.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh. I can already say without a doubt, no.
Kutoka nyuma yako.
I
So
wish
how
you
far am I
could hear
supposed
the
to be?
audio for this.
Just slightly. Mbele ama nyuma?
Blades
Where am I supposed
at
to be?
eye level.
On this side. All right.
So this is out of Kenya.
So here we are. Morris and the team are ready. We're about to see it.
Wow.
Turudi na nyuma kidogo.
It doesn't
Like I
look
said,
powerful enough to even lift the frame.
Well, wait for it.
Initially, this was supposed to be a flight that was going to be taken
Something
by
good
Mike.
happens.
No, they're successful in it, but it's only a quick little test. But look, I'm pretty happy.
Here's
that,
Morris now, ladies
we
and
go.
gents. And there you have it, ladies and
It's a good
gentlemen.
thing that dude weighs
Morris
only 60 pounds. I'd
Has
say.
done it.
I wish you could hear the audio,
Morris
Ken.
is off the ground, ladies
What's he
and
saying?
gentlemen.
Keep your arms down, man.
Oh, there you go.
What are you doing?
Success, success, success.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Anyway, look, it was just an interesting one that I came across this week.
No,
So
that
good.
is very,
Here
very
comes,
interesting. But
So
Just-
Morris can actually.
you wanna have a pendulum in a drone
Something
like
underneath.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to have him seated lower. You don't want to make it any kind of top heavy.
Yeah. This one,
Yes,
this one we
thank you
came
for-
across. It was part of a like 30-minute live news broadcast, and they were going through this whole long thing. And this one came from Jazz Ariel, and he's mentioned. Oh no, did this one come from him? No, it came from Greg, I think it was. And Yeah, it was just amazing watching them talk about this thing for like half an hour. And anyway, I'll put a link to that one. That was in Kenya.
Kenya, okay. You mean Mia? Mia?
So I've got one more, and I got mixed up before. This was the race drone story that I was going to refer to, the challenge from Drone Worship.
By the way, Greg, before you go any further, will you kindly pull my finger? Will you pull my finger, please?
Hang on, can you... Ken, can you stick your ear right on the side there? Because I can actually put the ear in my finger. I can reach out and touch you. Yeah. Okay. Last one. Actually, I've still got two. I've got two more to go. Let's just do them quickly. Number one is the drone racing in France. Here we go.
Kiss getting a good start.
Oh, wow.
Slowest pilots start at the front.
Whoa, they know how to do it, don't they?
So, again, something that I'd love to see, Ken, looking at that. It's just amazing.
I'm going to learn how to do that. I will become proficient at it. I promise. Right after I get my passport. Wow, what that is an elaborate setup.
Just having some trouble hearing you during that, but it is awesome. It is an awesome kind of race.
Yes, that was an elaborate setup there.
Yeah. So that was in Paris. This is the quarterfinal race by German pilot Sebastian Branders of Team Air Carvers in Germany. And look, it was just an awesome course. I would love to be there to watch that.
Yeah, and I think, isn't it true that if you're at these drone races that you can bring your own goggles and tune into their frequency and kind of do a ride along?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's the best part about being a spectator at these events.
Yeah. I've got one video left, just trying to wrap it up. So this was a video that got sent in by Greg. I mentioned him before. He sent me a few news stories, and this one was a drone chasing an Amtrak train, which was some awesome camera work. Now, there are lots of people who love trains and all of that kind of stuff, but mixing trains and drones, I think, is an interesting one. Let's have a quick look at that one. But I'll tell you why this caught his eye, though, is Greg is a 20-year veteran from ABC Television Australia. You know, and as a cameraman, he understands how to set up the shots. And, you know, he just made a comment that he thought this was some of the best drone cinematography that he's seen in a long time.
It's really cool. And the great thing about filming a train with a drone is you can get close to it because you kind of know where the train's going to be.
Absolutely. I saw that one on your channel the other day, the military.
Oh, the military.
Yeah.
There's a link in the description of that video. The video's maybe 8 minutes long. Couldn't play the whole thing, but the whole thing's really good.
Yeah.
But this looks like a HO scaled model train.
It does, but it's absolutely beautiful. And this one's a 10-minute video. We're not going to play the whole thing either, but I will edit the description and put all of this info in there after the show.
Does he get
for
closer?
people to have a look at.
I would like to see. Does he get closer down towards the train?
A little bit closer, yeah. We'll let it play out for a bit.
Where is dude? Where is he? Where is he? Is he in that car down there in the parking lot?
I don't know where he is, no.
These long tracking shots, I always got to wonder where they're standing.
Is he on the train?
No. Would he be?
That'd be cool.
I mean, how would you returning to home? No. Right? You're on the train, battery, something going wrong. You know, the lady
I
comes
think
on.
I think he's actually gone and driven by the side of the road and to different positions.
Okay.
So he's
Oh,
following
now-
and tracking
now
the
you got
train.
me- Now you got me wanting to launch from a train. See, now you're giving me ideas. I'm gonna have to book passage on an Amtrak. That is neat.
Okay.
It really is.
So we'll leave that there. It's a really, really cool video. And look, that's all we've got to share in terms of video content today. Just a couple of other quick things. So we've spoken about the giveaway. So the hat that's from Australia. I can't remember who the name was. So is it Rick Halber?
Yes.
Oh, no, here we go.
Mel is
So
offering the
Mel is
hat.
donating the heron hat to Rick Halliber. And
Very
the
good.
hat that I was giving away was from the beginning was to the person who asked, when is Ken coming to Australia? I'm going to have to watch the video back to find out who that was. So if both of you could send me your email address, I'll make sure that happens. I've got yours, Mel, but if you want to send something, email address is... Oh, no, that's the... Here we go. Yeah, that's the right one. upload@gregkuhnert.com. If you've got some viewer videos that you'd like to send in, send that in there. Please do not actually send the video itself. Send the link to it somewhere else on social media or whatever, and I'll be able to pull that down. If you've got anything you want to send physically, I'm sending Vegemite to Ken. But if you want to send something over here, 5/127 Princess Highway, Sylvania, 2224. And really, really important one this week in particular is our YouTube channel. Yeah, okay, that's how to subscribe to that one. But the Facebook one is interesting because next week we're going to pick someone randomly who shares the post for next week's show. So that person will get the hat and the backpack, get one of each. So make sure you go to our Facebook page. Don't just like the page, look for the post. It's not there yet. It will be, talking about next week's show. So share that and you could win that prize. And of course, you can tweet about us and do all of that magic as well.
Can I say one short thing before we leave?
You can say a tall thing. I'm not short.
I can say a tall thing? All right.
Yeah.
I would like to say that the droning community as a whole, I consider each and every one of you my friend. And Greg, you're a heck of a guy. This show, it started out a little bit rough, but we pushed through. We pushed through and broke on through to the other side, to the entertainment side. We got together. People stuck with you, and we made it happen. We showed videos. We talked about drone stuff. We talked about air cushions. You pulled my finger. It was fantastic.
And you missed that. You missed that. You would have seen my daughter's arm on television just then.
I missed the arm.
She was
One
unplugging
day.
the headphones because she's getting ready to go and do something else instead of producing this.
I was ramping up to a really inspiring thing.
Okay. Okay.
Did you hear the music? Did
The
you hear
music,
man?
it was faint. I could hear it there a little bit.
It was swelling. No, it's done now. It's over. The moment's lost.
Jazz.
You really know how to de-windify those sails.
Yeah, but can I give you one more? No matter what it is, according to Jazz Ariel, it will be a tall tale.
Hey! Alexa, tell me a joke.
How do you evade someone who's trying to steal your barbecue?
How?
Kebab and weave.
She said it wrong. She said barbecue instead of Barbie, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, Queensland drama from the Grumpy Vlogger. Let's see if we got any other quick last chats before we go. Jazz Ariel says, Sniffle, I'm so touched. Oh, here we go. Question from Steve Mack. Question, have you ever tried Canadian maple syrup? Yes, I have. Kaz. Oh, look at this. Ken.
Ooh, I lived in Vermont and I had a Canadian that would come down and tap my maple trees on my property. So I guess I grew Canadian maple syrup.
Yeah.
In a way.
Kaz is just sharing that Kaz is subscribed to your channel. Someone from here subscribing to you. Oh my goodness.
Wow, the cross promotion is working. Thank you. And by the way, just to let everybody know, while I've been on here, I've also been uploading the museum video in which I fly my drone inside the Southern Museum of Flight. And I'm mere inches away from these antique planes and displays. And they're like, sure, Ken, go ahead, do it. I'm like, okay, I will. So that'll be ready here in the next 15 minutes.
Okay. Sounds like fun.
Hi, Raphael.
Okay. Look, that's all we've got time for today. Again.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you don't. We're going all night, buddy. We're going all night. You're not stopping now. No, we're on a roll. We got 26 people watching.
Yeah. Look, just a reminder,
What
if
else
anyone
you got,
wants to
Greg?
help out with that chat thing, please drop me a line. Someone who can control the chat next week, it'd be awesome. Thanks. That's all. Bye for now. I won't say...
Don't you do it.
Hang on. How about we say bye and...
Buh?
Bye, guys.